I'll live up to that today. I'm going to just take a moment and try to take control of the screen here. There, 20,000 articles just written on glutathione and cardiovascular disease. So this gives us a lot of material to go through and a lot of material to hang our hat on when we're speaking about it. Getting back to glutathione, let me say that this is probably the most important slide that you're going to see tonight. You can't eat glutathione and expect it to raise your body's glutathione. It just doesn't work that way. When you eat glutathione, it becomes rapidly broken down in the digestive tract, and very little of it makes it into your cells. Glutathione is made within your cells. You can't take glutathione in from the outside. You need to make it yourself in your cells. And to do that, you need to give your cells the building blocks, the specific nutrients that the cell requires to make glutathione itself, something that we call precursors. So if you remember any slide tonight, remember this one. And where do we get these precursors? Well, if you look up at one of these two books, you see those two blue books there. One is the CPS, a Compendium of Pharmaceutical Specialties from Canada. And the other book is called the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference. This is a similar book in the United States. And one of these books will sit on the desk of every single doctor and every single pharmacist in North America. And this is where a doctor or a pharmacist will find drugs that a doctor can write a prescription for. Now, in the section that starts with I, you will find something called Immunical, which is not a drug, it's a natural product, and it's written up the same way as a drug would be, with indications, contraindications, clinical pharmacology. And Immunical is actually a very specially prepared whey protein isolate. The other precursor that you'll find in these one of these books is NAC, N-acetylcysteine, which is a drug that we use in the hospital. You can find it at a natural health food store. It's an excellent glutathione precursor, but it does have some problems. It has a short half-life, so you need to take it several times during the day, and it does give you side effects. So these are the only two glutathione precursors that you will find in these two books. What about intravenous glutathione? Well, intravenous glutathione does, in fact, work, but it also has a problem of hanging around really for a very short period of time. It lasts literally only for minutes. This is a paper that shows that the half-life of intravenous glutathione is around 20 minutes. Other papers show that it's much less than that. On YouTube, you can see some rather fantastic videos. For example, Parkinson's patients that receive intravenous glutathione, they're brought in on a wheelchair, all hunched over, and after receiving IV glutathione, they get out of the wheelchair and start walking around nearly normally, which is fantastic. Now, the problem is, by the time they get back home, they're back in the wheelchair, not any different than they were before. So it doesn't last very long. There are other mechanisms that are sold on the internet or in health food store that claim to raise glutathione. There are glutathione patches, there's topical glutathione, there's liposomal glutathione, and on and on and on. None of these have really been well defined as a legitimate way of raising glutathione. There are some articles that look at inhaled glutathione. Those will work on the tissues that they touch. In other words, in your throat, in your bronchi, in the surface of your lungs, but it doesn't travel to the rest of your body. So just very briefly on the roles of glutathione, we talk about an idea. Glutathione, what a great idea. What does idea stand for? Well, the I stands for the immune system. The D stands for detoxification. E stands for energy. And A stands for antioxidant. If you could remember these four letters, then you understand probably 90% of what glutathione does in your body. Let's look at these